So the first one is from our friend Kyle, and
Let
he
me see.
quoted a
Oh,
tweet saying, "Why is there a movie about Mayor Pete?"
yeah.
And he wrote to manufacture consent. I mean,
Yeah,
Kyle's tweet is kind of funny, but I heard about this
yeah,
this Mayor Pete documentary
documentary, yeah.
on Breaking Points, and it just sounds like it was exactly what you expect.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Yeah.
And they keep trying to make Mayor Pete. And I don't know, I think with Obama, the great thing about him, he didn't have any baggage, but
Hmm.
he's this like within 2 years he went from like nobody to superstar. And Mayor Pete, I feel like it's been taken too long, and now all this sort of his time as a mayor, his relationship with the police there, his activities in Afghanistan and all that, which is highly suspicious and all that.
Hmm.
So I think, and I mean, even in that documentary, apparently, like he does come across as very a man very much concerned with his image.
Yeah.
So I think he's not going to be as successful as Obama in, because he's very much going for that. Even the way he talks, the way he
Hmm.
pauses, and all that. But I yeah, to manufacture consent. I doubt it's going to help to manufacture consent.
Mm.
It's more to do with money, I would think. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just wanted to bring up the fact that there's a
yeah.
documentary about him and he seems like being shit. I mean, listen, we can hate on Obama as much as we want. He clearly had some skills that I don't think some other people who tried to replicate him even have, let alone
Yeah, the
other things.
time. I mean,
And
whatever charisma is, he has it.
he had baggage. I mean, I would say being African American can be considered as a baggage. He just managed to flip it successfully. And
Well,
others
I
wanted
think,
him to flip it. Others wanted to take
yeah, and
advantage of that
I
as
mean,
well.
yeah, he played the like perfectly. He
Hmm.
played the like he walked on the line perfectly. Like, he was black but not too black in his behavior, so to
Yeah.
speak. I mean, there's a SNL sketch show in which it's fantastic. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, they come and explain to Obama that look, like there is a black spectrum, and like this, and it's different black celebrities, and it's like these black celebrities, like, are the ones that are too white, and these ones are the too black, and
And
it's
where
kind of
was
like very.
Obama? All the way on the top?
I don't know. They were explaining. This was before
Uh,
Obama got elected. They were
okay.
explaining you should try to hit the sweet spot of, like, thing. You don't want to go too. And then he chose Joe Biden to prove to the old sort of
Uh,
uh, like white people who might have some reservation that don't worry and all that. So he would, I don't think Mayor Pete is or Beto
no.
O'Rourke, the two people who really try to emulate him, are not half as good.
And what about this? Yeah, I mean, this kind of just a thought that came into my head. But what about this strategy? It seems like one strategy is like become kind of famous and popular and then go for one election and see how you do it. Or is there this other one, I guess Mayor Pete is doing? He's probably thinking, I'll run for president like 5 times and maybe each time I'll become a little bit more popular just over time. And eventually I'll get that. So I don't know which strategy is better, just coming in with a big bang, giving it all for one election, or now
I
he's in
don't
the
think
public, so now he screwed up chance one, so he just has to do it over and over again.
I don't think he thinks about it like that. I think this time around he thought he could definitely win, and media, he was their first choice. Not just media, so the Obama team. I think him or Kamala were their first choice. But I think, yeah, I think next time he's hoping that Kamala performing very badly in the polls, he might try to weasel his way into
Yeah,
a candidacy.
but I mean, he had no notoriety really going. Like Obama had more notoriety than him a little bit, right? Like when
Obama
he
was a
became, he
senator,
was a
man. He was a
senator, right?
mayor. He
Exactly.
was a mayor of some. I don't
So
want
yeah,
to
I
be
think
rude to the city.
strategically,
South Bank. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe strategically jumped in it a bit too quick, because I
he
mean,
he has been active in intelligence. So, you can
but the
say in a
public,
way
yeah.
he outranks the president. So
True, in that way. But yeah, I don't think anybody should worry too much about Mayor Pete becoming president. Maybe
president,
someone will, but I highly doubt it.
I mean, we'll see. Depends on the environment and all that. We'll see.
Oh
I
yeah,
I
we should.
really wouldn't believe Trump Biden. Who could have guessed any of them?
You're right. Okay, let's move on to the next one by Kulinski. And this was a bit disappointing because he just retweeted this article, "The main driver of inflation is a murderous maniac in Riyadh," which Sam and I broke down in our video from last week, and we put the video up, which was a really weird, as Sam put it, like
Framing.
hit piece on kind of MBS. I would say it's
I mean, look,
reductionist. No, I would say it's
reductionist.
reductionist, and also
I don't care about MBS.
yeah, true. But I mean, it kind of ruined it. He made a decent point, which is like, let's not forget they're on purpose controlling the amount of oil that's being pumped and in supply. So that has led to the increase of price of oil. But then after that, he went to this whole thing of murderous maniac in Riyadh and stuff, which really
No, but
undermined his
why
argument.
do you say let's not forget that?
Because like sometimes it's not mentioned like why the price of oil has gone up. A lot of it has to do with a boost in the amount of that the demand, but is also being held back compared to pre-pandemic levels, like the amount of oil in the market.
I just haven't seen a lot of times whenever the price of anything that goes up besides gas, any specific country being dragged out, like whenever, for example, over 80% or 70% of oranges in the world are produced in Brazil, and all that. I never see if orange juice becomes more expensive, suddenly people, oh, that maniac in Brazil, Lula or Bolsonaro, whoever is there. No, this was, I'm sorry, but I know energy is something that affects everything because it affects transportation. It was an extremely reductive argument about a very complex nation like Saudi Arabia and the position they're in and the evolving relationship between Saudi Arabia and US, and then bringing that cheap shot of Jamal Khashoggi thingy as if like MBS has done something that any other world leader wouldn't do. Just the whole thing was very weird framing in my view, and it to me it wasn't hit piece so much as a sort of it reveals to me that majority of the people who consider themselves leftists are socialist nationalists, and I do mean that in a both positive and negative way. So yeah, their politics is that it doesn't go beyond that. They're as good as the word allows them to be.
Yeah. So I mean, I think whatever weight you want to give to like the main argument that he made and all that, it was definitely just completely overshadowed by the rest of the thing that he said and how the way he framed it. Exactly, let's put it that way.
No, sorry,
no, go ahead. No,
I just want to say it is extremely disappointing because I was just listening to Matt Christman, and I think he was correctly pointing out that in today's world, unless there is unless we have international socialism, it's not. I don't think we can overcome the current cycle of madness we're in. And when you see this sort of foremost leftist people in the most powerful nation in the world are still very much limited by nationalism. I doubt we're going to get any further than the Social Democrats or the communists got in Germany after World War I with Rosa Luxemburg and all that. So it's not gonna be good.
Yep. All right, Sam. This next tweet made me laugh. This next one made me laugh so hard. So pretty much Sam Seder admitting, that he just doesn't have the capacities that Glenn has, and not many people do. So Glenn wrote that for those who want to traffic in smears and lies, the two best venues are Twitter and dissent-free shows. It ensures never being challenged. This show, pointing at Sam Seder, lied about Jimmy Dore, claiming he'd bet on it. When I offered, since I know Sam lied, he scampered away. So he's referring to Jimmy Dore said that it was his producer that tampered that article, and then what's his name? Sam Seder made a kind of tweet saying, "Oh, where do we take bets that this producer is fictional?" And Glenn Greenwald, Aaron Mate were all like, "Oh, let's bet on this." And apparently Sam Seder didn't respond to their bet. But then listen to what Sam Seder wrote.
Sam Seder said, "Let's bet," and they accept, like they said.
Yeah.
Glenn said, "Yeah, okay, I get it."
Okay, so Sam Seder, I'm just not worried like you are, Glenn. I didn't scamper away. I just don't have the financial or chemical resources you have to be on Twitter with such energy and relentlessness. I don't have a nanny. That part really pisses me off. And don't have the brain neurochemistry. I think is back to speaking the truth, which would allow me so much time on Twitter. Listen, I'm as
I
impressed
think
as Sam Seder is as how Glenn manages to put out this many tweets and go on this show and then write this article and stuff. But Sam, I'm sorry to say some people unlike us are able to do this.
I think to be honest, there are. It seems to me the chemical resources is sort of maybe he's implying drug use. Like I don't have
Really?
a nanny. I don't have a nanny, implying that you're rich type. I don't know,
Which is that
but
one
I
is
would
so
say he had time to respond to this
yeah.
tweet, so he probably could have added, "I accept your bets."
Oh, that's true. But man, the nanny one is a really like shitty jab. Like what the Sam Seder take his kid to the show. I don't see it there. So that means it's either with like someone at home who can take care of it, or maybe he
I
gets
don't
a
care,
nanny or
man.
a
Maybe he
daycare.
lives,
But I
I
mean,
don't know, maybe
such
he
a
spends all his free time with his children and his wife takes care of them and he doesn't have a nanny. That doesn't make any, having a nanny or not having a
oh no, I
nanny
know for
doesn't
sure.
have
I mean, it's
nothing to
just
do with,
absolutely
yeah, it's the
ridiculous.
personal bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, yeah. I mean, but I would say, yeah, you had time to respond. I'll explain you're not wired, and I'll just say
Yeah.
I accept the bet. Sorry, I didn't see the tweet before. I'm not on Twitter like you a lot. I accept
Yeah.
it now. It's not that
Yeah.
difficult. I mean, well,
But man, just with his output alone, Glenn can really like squash all these kind of, I mean, when they came over him, when they came after him, when what's her name, Chelsea Manning came after him, and within a
mm,
night, Glenn Greenwald had the article up, he had all the tweets up, like me, it would take me a week to even like think about it, get my thoughts right, be like, okay,
it's
I'll get
by the
back.
time I
But
release it, the
it's
news
over.
cycle has moved on. Who? What? What's
Glenn
happening?
right there, as soon as Chelsea Manning was done walking there,
I
he grabbed her by the shirt. He's like, not that fast. Come back here, buddy. Come back here.
do you think do you
Sit
think he has
down.
do you think he has articles pre-written ready with like names and like section with evidence just like left blank to be filled
Just the
later?
fact that he could find those DMs that quickly was impressive. Me, if I need to find a contact number or something on my phone, I'm like, oh, I don't have it. I didn't save this. This went away with my other phone. This happened. Him, no problem. In 2 seconds. Even that
Yeah,
was
man.
it. But yeah.
While saving a dog
Yeah,
from
I
a
mean, you don't want
river
to talk
with one
about
of
the nanny thing, but yeah, Glenn probably has 5 times more kids than Sam Cedar has, and 10 times the dogs. But anyway, let's
again.
put
It's
that
so
behind.
weird to me that he doesn't accept the bet. Just accept
Yeah,
the bet.
true.
Just
Just
everybody's
accept it.
deflecting.
Maybe he did somewhere else. Maybe he did, but I doubt it. He should
Maybe
have done
okay,
it
sorry.
there. He should have done it there. No, that was a bit
Or
of
maybe
you.
yeah, it's a tweet after that. So maybe.
I got that from you.